What's up, everybody, and welcome to Pandora's Towers. First tower, first look. I'm your host, TheWon. This is the video I want to do in part 1, but at the time of completion of the video, it was late at night and the wife was sleeping, so there was no way possible I could do a commentary for the video to explain what was going on. But now I have a chance, and so first let me review the first video, and then I'll go into discussing this second part. In the first video, I basically showed you the first hunt. The first part of the game, you have to go into the first tower and kill your first demon or monster. Kill that monster and then take it back to the castle, the home base, where the girl and the little witch lady is staying at. At first, I didn't know that. So in the first video, it's been edited a lot because the first part, I'm kind of just going back and forth trying to figure out where to go and what to do next. All the doors were locked, and at the current time, my weapons weren't allowing me to reach higher levels. The gameplay of this game has a real Metroidvania type feel. It reminds you of a Metroid game where it seems like there's a lot of backtracking and there's certain things you can't get depending on the certain items you have at the time. I'm not going to say this game has like power-ups or you get things like a screw attack or whatever, or maybe increase your jump height, but it does feel like you have to go back to get certain things later, and there's certain parts where you can't reach certain items. They're just there, but as of right now, I haven't figured out how to reach it. So now, after a lot of cutscenes, yes, the very first part of this game is very story-driven. More than any other Nintendo game I've seen in a while. It's very story-driven. Everything is kind of just talking to you, explaining to you, setting things up. Now, in this video, that's after I'm back for the first hunt. I've given Pandora the demon's heart or whatever. She's aided. She's now turned back to normal. Then the little witch lady has upgraded my chain weapon, it seems like. I'm not quite sure because I don't read Japanese too well. I can kind of understand certain words just by playing so many import games. So it's more try and error with me. But that's why I assume what happened. Now at this point, I have yet to go back into the tower. The game at this point, you get to survey the cottage, the little tower, whatever you want to call it, the area where they're held up at. The nymph, the witch lady, and I guess I'll call her Pandora. It might be her name, but I'm not sure. The girl. This is where they hang out at while you're off in the castle in the tower hunting. You get to walk around, and it's something you definitely want to do because it let you know where, inventory. I believe you can kind of save your weapons and the items you gather. You can save them in that chest to just not have overload. You can max out your current inventory, I guess, in your character inventory, and then you can't pick up any other new items. So I guess it's best for you to kind of just make new inventory, kind of like a Monster Hunter's try. Whatever's in your pocket, take it out and put it in the chest so you can keep it. So as you can see this part, I'm walking around and I'm just trying to get an idea of where, what this place is like, where you can go. And there's going to be edits between here, so it won't be a little loading screen. It's not really that big of a loading screen. It's a little black area, kind of dims to black. I want to get rid of that for time constraints for YouTube. Real nice scale in this part. You can see the tower and the chain sticking to them. Real cool. I really like the art style and the whole presentation of this game. It has a real cool anime feel that I like. This is here before I finally want to go out. From what I can understand, I think she's telling me something about I can only go out at a certain time. Because when I try to leave, I still can't. I'm forced to take a nap. And so I believe there's a certain time and place where you can actually go back to the tower. I guess the demons only come out at a certain time, maybe in the evening or maybe at night. I'm not quite sure. But this lady also will sell you items and kind of upgrades. But then you can also, but then you can also upgrade your sword by yourself, just depending on what you currently have in your pouch. I don't know about you guys, but this lady definitely seems like she's the person behind everything. Any lady or witch who's carrying some demon skull death thing behind her that's alive, yeah, man, I wouldn't trust her for nothing. So she leaves, and this is the point where I'm trying to figure out, I know what I want to do, but it's not letting me leave. So it's telling me to take a nap. At this point, it seems like I can decide how long I want to take a nap. I'm not quite sure what this means, so I just went ahead and put 1 just to make sure it wasn't crazy. I assume maybe it's like 1 hour, whatever. I wake up. This game also has a real kind of like love sim. You know, if you that Love Plus for DS, it kind of has that feel. You have to talk to you have to talk to this girl. You have to interact with her, interact with her, ask her questions. I guess make sure she's feeling well, because this curse of hers comes back, and I'll explain that later to you. So before I go back into the tower to finally tackle find the first boss and kill it, I'm once again outside checking out the scenery, and then eventually you just head back to the path that leads to the tower and the chain gate, and I'm off to the next. I'm off to the first battle, or going back inside the tower itself. Okay, so I'm back. Once again, I'm trying to figure out, now that I have the upgrade to the chain, that maybe there's things I can do now that I couldn't do before. This is the area that I was in part 1, the very beginning of the game, where after a couple of doors, you encounter your first little mid-boss demon, whatever you want to call it. I still don't have the you know, quite understanding of how the mechanics work with the chain. I assume you can kind of do it where you can whip it around and do what you want with it. I haven't figured that out yet, so that's why you'll see me constantly going, kind of like zooming in and out, or just me doing the quick like attach and grab. See right here where I'm fighting these little monsters, I thought maybe I could grab it with the chain and then kind of swing it around and throw it at other items. That's what I try at a certain point of the fight, but I couldn't get that to work. So maybe your chain has to be a certain you know, strength level. I'm not quite sure. If you notice, underneath my life bar, which is the top kind of not as long life bar with the red and orange, that's my life bar, but underneath it is my chain bar. And so I have to figure that out. The game has kind of a Zelda feel to where it's like, I'm not gonna say automatically jump, but you get close and then he'll automatically, you know, climb up and things like that. So there's none of this kind of like you have to press a button to jump type thing. It kind of just happens. You get to a certain ledge. And as you can see, I'm kind of still trying to figure out what to do. Because last time I was here, there were certain areas I just couldn't reach, and I thought maybe you could. Okay, so there's that guy again. Gonna fight him again. Try to, like, sometimes figure out. If your little, you know, Wii remote pointer is not on him, your chain will not activate. You get that whole zoom thing, and so you have to literally point on the enemy. And as you can see, I'm trying to, you know, I had him locked up in my chain, and I was trying to see if I could do something like swing him around or something. As of right now, it's like all that I can do with the chain that I figured out how to do is basically you chain them up. You shoot it at them, and it wraps around their limbs or their arms, and then they can't move, but you can easily attack them. See right here, for instance, you see that up there? You can't get up there right now. At least I couldn't. And so I assume later on when you get a better upgrade to your abilities, you can come back and get that. Or maybe there's a door that leads up there somehow. I'm not quite sure yet. I will say this, in this early part of the game, there really is a real low amount of enemies. So the game is more of a puzzle adventure than action as of right now. People were saying that this was Nintendo's Devil May Cry or God of War series. It's still not enough characters on the screen at one time to fight to say it's a real action game. It's more of a, like I said, it's an adventure game, more of a puzzle adventure in a style of maybe Zelda. You see right there, I was trying to pull the character off. Maybe I can, drag it or something. It still hasn't happened. So maybe once I upgrade the chain again, I can have that ability. Or maybe I'm just assuming you can do that kind of stuff. I figure it being a chain type weapon, like a hook shot or something, you have some kind of Castlevania type feel where you can kind of swing it around and throw it around, and you're kind of rodeo robo-dope style. As you can see here, everything is connected, and it allows you to, I guess, if you open up certain paths, you can use them late in another run to gain access to areas quicker. Instead of me going a long way around like I had to do earlier, I can now go back to that door that's in the first part of the tower, and I can get to this area a lot faster. So I definitely assume that, kind of in a Metroid style, all the areas are connected in some kind of way. Alright everybody, please enjoy the final moments of this playthrough. I'll be back later today with part 3, which hopefully will go all the way up to the first boss fight of the game. And I'll probably do a commentary on that as well. This is your boy TheWon. I'll see you soon. Peace.